Guys, welcome to another video. It's your boy in the building with a trade recap on IWM. Let's get it. Man, I'm telling you right now in the markets, it is the best time to be trading, right? Best time to be learning this skill. The markets are moving so beautifully right now. There's a lot of volume. There's a lot of different things going on in the world, which are causing a lot of this volume in the markets, and it's just a great time to be trading, man. So let's go over these trades I took today. I took 3 different trades, all on IWM. I caught the downside move here, then I caught the upside move a little bit here, and then I caught the downside move again. And then I was done for the day. So 3 trades done by like 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, very good day. Loved it, absolutely loved it. So let's go into it. Make this real quick. So the first trade that I took to the downside, right? So I mean, and I don't even have to make this video very long because it's very simple. Like, this is what the strategy is. It's just simple as that. There's a fair value gap right here. Right? And I pull this over. Sorry about the lag. Sorry about the lag on my computer. If it's lagging. I don't know. It's kind of lagging for me. But anyways, yeah, so we got a fair value gap right here, right? 1, 2, 3, downside move, fair value gap created. There was a fair value gap in here too, but I missed this. I was actually in the car. So, yeah, I missed that. So no biggie though. Yeah, I just played off of this fair value gap right here, right? And I knew I had this area right here marked up because it's like a previous low. Right, so I go to the higher time frames to find those lows, kind of where price might be pushing to. Right, so and what I did was you just go back to the left, right? So I see a low right here, so that's why I had the green mark, there, because I knew we had to push past that low. And there's also a low right here where this gap kind of starts as well, right here. Okay, right, there's a gap right here, a big gap right here before price ever started making this long move here. Okay, so I mean, keep it simple, man. Like, just look to the left and look for the lows. There's a low here, there's a low here, there's a low here, right? There's a gap here. So I'm expecting price to push to these areas, right? And all we have to do is find scalping opportunities, day trading opportunities, while price is moving to that area. That's it. So I come back to my lower time frames here, right? So I have my areas marked up. I know where we're pushing to, right? Now I see we've broken under here and we created a fair value gap. I missed that one. I would have gotten in there if I would have seen that. This break of this low, leaving the fair value gap right there, and then retesting into it. Oh yeah, no, this is money. Right there, right? Easy play, right off that rejection. Could have caught that move, right? But I was in the car, I didn't get to catch that. And I got to my computer just in time to catch this one, right? Saw this fair value gap being created. 1, 2, 3, gap right there. Price retesting into it. I bought puts. Actually, I was in the car when I played this play. I was in the car when I played this. So I was like, I saw it moving so fast. Not fast, but moving just with good volume. And I was like, yo, it's gonna move all the way down to my target. So yeah, like I said, fair value gap here, boom, retest into that, rejected away. I'm in, caught this play. I can't believe I don't believe I caught this entirely all the way to this green mark. I have these areas marked up as targets. I mean, but I don't need price to push all the way there because sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it gets close and then turns around. You just never really know. So I'm huge on taking profits, right? So I'm scaling out of the trade as price is moving down. And once I get to like 1 or 2 contracts, it gets to the point where I'm like, it's not even really worth it to keep trying to hold this because I'm only going to get like at some point it's going to pull back. And especially with 0 DT contracts, you don't want to be holding them because they lose value at the longer you hold them. So, I mean, I just go ahead and take my profits, bro. I go ahead and take it. I know there'll be another opportunity if I want to take another trade, what I'm saying? That type of thing. Like, I take my profits. So anyways, somewhere in here, we close out. I can't remember exactly where. I might have posted on my story on Instagram. exactly where I closed at. So yeah, nice 1 to 3 trade right there. Um, let's see, we're in this trade, what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 minutes. So, not a bad trade at all. I was definitely not in that trade for 21 minutes. So I can guarantee you that. I was probably in there for about 6 or 9 at the most. So yeah, that was the first move to the downside. I think we made like $114 off that move. And then the next move was to the upside, which the reason why I took this upside move is because I saw it invert gaps and then also break a little structure right here, right? So there's a high, right? Right here. Okay. When I saw price break here like that and also leaving behind fair value gaps that we retested into, okay, I got in calls there and expecting price to take out more liquidity, which is right here. Right? That's all price is doing right now. When it's retesting, it's taking out liquidity. So like there's orders, people's orders are resting above here. You've got orders resting above here. Right? You've also got orders resting above here. I believe this is price next target right here. Right? I believe that's where price is going right now. Right? And then there's some more up here as well. So there's a resting liquidity above all these orders because price was pushing down. People were just sitting in here as price is pushing down, and now price is taking those orders out. Okay, hitting your stop losses. Okay, so that's what happened here, right? So I got in when I saw the. Let's see here. What time frame am I on here? There was a gap that got inverted that made me also say that, okay, we can take this. Was it a 1 minute? Had to have been. Yeah. So we have a 1 minute gap right here, right? A 1 minute gap to the downside. 1, 2, 3, right? So when those 3 candles are formed, that fair value gap is supposed to be respected, right? When it pushes back into that gap, it's supposed to bounce off of it and keep going that direction. But because of the area that we were currently at, I believe that I knew that price was going to stop there and actually invert that gap. So what happened was that fair value gap got disrespected. Price pushed outside of it, retested into it, rejected away. That's where you get your entry to push and take out more of this liquidity, right? And that's exactly what it did. So I got my entry on I don't think I got my entry on the 1 minute time frame. I believe I got my entry on the 3 minute, like right here. Because I saw this gap here. Like I saw these little mini gaps, like, because I knew I was kind of late. And that's why I didn't hold this one. When I played the upside on this, I didn't hold this at all, long at all. I think I only made like $20 off this. Like $26. But I was just very confident in where it was going, and I knew I had a really good stop loss. I knew I was going to be willing to go ahead and close this out really quickly if it broke back through these gaps. So there's like a little tiny gap. I can't even really like draw it up too much right there because that's how small it is. But I saw that rejection from that area, and when I saw that rejection from that area, I knew that I was going to play there, expecting price to go take out the liquidity right here, right? Because before any of this that you guys see on the screen right now, right? Like, let me rewind real quick so you can see what I'm looking at when I see this, right? So this is what I'm seeing, right? I'm seeing this live. I see liquidity here. I see liquidity here to look like it got broken. And I also see many fair value gaps. I also had a 1 minute, inverse down here, right? So one thing I know for sure about ETFs is before you can enter a trade with ETFs, you have to let it go take out some liquidity. So that's how I knew that, okay, since we inverted the gap here, right here at the bottom, right? We inverted the gap here, and we had a fair value gap that I could play off the 3 minute that was very tight, and we were getting obvious rejection. I played this. This is like maybe a B plus setup. I played this to take out more of this liquidity, right? Because I knew, and I was predicting that price was going to push back and take out this liquidity here. And once it got there, then it was going to maybe come back down, right? One thing for sure that I've learned with ETFs, you're going to get your best moves when price is, let's say, moving like this, okay, to the downside, and then it makes a low, and then it comes back up and takes out that previous lower high, right? And it does like that, and then comes back down. That's when you're going to get your best move, right? Because it's going to either come back down to here, right, to take out more liquidity, or it's going to keep going through. One of the two, right? This is the best time right here when it takes out that previous lower high to get in, right? The best time. So that's what I was looking for here, and that's what happened, right? Price rejected away from that area. I'm in there, pushed up in there. I'm out. I'm out right there, right? And then when it started coming back, now I'm looking for the downside move, right? Now I'm looking for the downside move, and it created it perfectly. There was a 2 minute gap right here. 2 minute fair value gap right here. Boom. To the upside, right? Now that 2 minute fair value gap got disrespected by this candle right here. If this candle closes on the other side of this 2 minute fair value gap, I'm waiting for a retest back into it to get in and to keep pushing, right? Exactly. I put it on my story, I believe, on Instagram. But yeah, this was easy. This was an easy play. Easy play, right? Breaks through, disrespects it. Let me see. Hold on. It's 3 minute time frame. Yeah, I think I did wait, and I got it on a 3 minute time frame. We have a 3 minute gap as well, right? 3 minute gap inversion as well right there, right? So let me pause this. All right, so you see the 3 minute gap, 1, 2, 3, fair value gap to the upside. It breaks through with this candle right here, closes on the other side. Then you get the retest into the gap. Always wait for the retest. Get your entry off of that, reject away, taking out more liquidity, right? This was a target, right? And I put it on my story literally before it was happening, like that. This low was our target. Okay, prices, right? Rejecting away off of the fair value gap. This low is our target, and this low is our target. So let me see here. That area and that area, right? And also this little fair value gap right here as well. That's where I closed out at. When price got to this area right here is where I closed out. So, because, I mean, you can easily get here and bounce off of this area. Right? Price could get here and reject away from this area and start pushing back up. And now look what it's doing. Right? Look what it's doing now. Higher high, higher low, creating an uptrend. Right? So you don't know if price is not is going to keep going or if it's going to decide to change the pattern. You don't know that. I don't know. So, a lot of times, more times than not, almost 99.9% of the time, I'm securing profits. I'm not letting it happen. I'm not letting it happen. Not currently where I'm at currently in my trading career, not letting it happen. So, and as you see, it broke through, took out that liquidity as well. And then now you're going to see it start to reverse and come back the other direction. And what is it going to do? It's going to push back up and take out this liquidity up here. Because that's just what these ETFs do. That's the best way I can explain it. These ETFs, they love to take out liquidity. I always look for that liquidity sweep before I ever get into the trade, because if I don't have a liquidity, if it hasn't taken out liquidity in a good area, then it's probably not going to be a good trade. Probably not. And even like now, like, I mean, it would be like you need to wait for some liquidity to be taken out before you can ever really say like, all right, this is going to go to the upside. You could play off this gap inversion, or not a gap inversion, but this fair value gap here for sure. And there's some gap inversions in here as well. I mean, there's so many different things you play off of, but like I said, most importantly, where is it going? Take out liquidity, right? This retracement right here didn't take out this liquidity up here. So after it pushed back down, where does this go? Take out that liquidity, and it's going to go take this liquidity out, right? And that's where we're at currently, right? So now it's possibly going to change directions again and start pushing back down. And where's it going to go? It's going to come and take this liquidity out down here, right? It's coming right for you. And then from there, it's got another decision to make. Do we go through? Do we bounce off of it and go back up and take more liquidity? We're like, what's going to happen? So, that's just kind of how ETFs move. I don't trade ETFs that often, but when I do, I'm very patient, and that's usually what I'm looking for. I don't really look for the liquidity sweeps as much with like regular stocks like Nvidia and Apple, Google, all those, all of your main stocks. I don't really look for the liquidity sweep, but with ETFs, oh hell yeah, I would not trade it without it. Without the sweep, I can't do it because you're getting ready to be liquidity if you get in before there's a sweep. You're getting ready to get hunted down. So I look for the sweep first, take out liquidity. When it does that, then I'm in to, for price to go to the other direction. So that's going to be it. IWM in the books. Quick trade recap. Calendar link is down below if you want to book a one-on-one call with me. I can easily go over this stuff with you one-on-one over the phone. If you're struggling with any of this stuff or you just want to talk about it, try to figure out what you need to do to get started, whatever it is, my calendar link is down there below. Book a free call. I'll help you get started, help you get set up, that type of thing, get you making money in the market. Because the dope thing about this thing here, man, is even with all this stuff going on and the market crashing, you know what I'm saying? You see Bitcoin all the way down to 87K now. Like, even with all this going on and the market crashing, there's still opportunities to make money, right? Even all these moves were downside moves. This is when the market is crashing. I'm making money as the market's going down. I'm making money as the market's going down, right? So it's honestly like one of the most amazing skills that you can learn. It's one of the best skills that you can learn. Once you learn how to make money from the market when it's going up and down. Not only can you just swing trade and hold your positions if you want to do that, but you can also make a little bit of money while it's correcting, right? Or while it's retesting or whatever it might be doing. So, like I said, calendar link is below. Book your free one-on-one call with me. I'd love to help you get started. I want to see a lot of people make a lot of freaking money in this. This has changed my life, and I wanted to change somebody else's too. So, yeah, that's that. Calendar link below. Other than that, trade recap done. It's your boy. Peace and love. We out.